When it comes to watches, my tastes are about as meek and vanilla as an abstinence-raised teenager on his wedding night. I want a lot less on my watch face than seemingly the average person. I have far more won'ts than wants when it comes to watch design. What do I want? Well, I know that. I want numbers. I want the hands to point at numbers so I can quite easily tell what the time is. That does seem a bit much to ask sometimes with the level of artistry and swagger, to put it kindly, that I see on a lot of watch faces. And secondly, I want a nice sapphire crystal or something that's going to be fairly scratch resistant, because I do take my watch, and it will be my one watch, into lots of different environs, and I want to keep that face protected without having to have huge mounds of ABS plastic raised around the face. That is what I want. What don't I want? Well, I don't want to know what time it is somewhere that I'm not. I don't want several other tiny clocks on my watch face for other things. I don't want biometric triangle graphs telling me how high in the sky I am or how far under the water I am. I don't need reverse atmosphere polarity detectors. I don't need migration itineraries for West African swallows. I need a basic watch face. I want the watch on my wrist to look like the clock on my wall, generally speaking. And that is why I settled on the Victorinox Fieldforce. Now, how do we do a watch review? I'm not a watch reviewer, but I suppose you want to know that I have used the watch, so let's do a quick use montage. So there we are, it's been looked at. This is a quartz watch. It's a 42mm across watch, so it's a larger men's watch, or women with a taste for large watches watch. And it's a very basic package, brown leather strap, very sparse face. It has a date, it has the day, it has a second, an hour, and a minute hand, and it has some, minute markers around the very outside. It has a crown protector, and it has some nice finishing, as in the sides of the watch are sort of more of a brush finish, and the front steel parts are more of a polished finish. So that's the best way to sort of describe how it looks. I'll put the dimensions perhaps in a single shot on the screen now. But generally speaking, I got this watch because I wanted very little fuss. I wanted a quartz watch. I did dabble with some mechanical watches. I talked to my little group of knife and now watch friends, and yeah, it was one of those discussions that went a bit like,
son, once you start, there's no going back.
And I walked right up to the ocean of mechanical watches, and then I thought, well, sometimes I just take my watch off and forget to wear it for a few days, and I don't really want to have to start setting it again and making sure the time doesn't slip out, because you read about all these mechanical watches and they'll lose a few seconds a day, up to 20 seconds a day on some of the good ones, and it's a bit more mental work that I'm happy to do with my watch. One thing I've worked out looking at watches is that
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah, I need a very simple face, and I need it to just work, and I'm happy to change the battery once every 18 months or so. That's about as much effort that I can put into my watches. You see what I'm like with my knives. I spent that much. Maybe if I did less with my knives, I would have more time to dick around with this sort of stuff, but really, I'm all about fiddling with my knife edges and all that sort of stuff, and I just don't have the brain pan for it. I need to look at my watch and know straight away, yes, the time is now 12:40 p.m. on Tuesday, the 14th of June. And that, even then, took me a little bit longer. I seem to have some kind of processing delay. And as such, I certainly just need numbers and not some watches you look at and it's like, it's whatever time you feel it is, or it's just now. And, it is more of a jewelry piece. I definitely needed something practical. Why did I choose Victorinox? Well, I've had 3 Victorinox watches. They've all been good. The infantry GMTs that I had, I lost them. I changed the strap and I didn't fix the bar properly on one of them, and the other one just straight out got lost. And then the Inox, the INOX, was a good watch, but the symbols I did not like. So I would always find myself thinking the time is now, and it got embarrassing because, yeah, as I said, some kind of processing delay. I don't know, it's on me. It's all me, but again, this is not a watch I'm buying for you, it's a watch I'm buying for me. So this guy has some pretty nice lume as well. It does light up when you shine a torch on it or move from the sunlight into the dark. The lume seems to stick around for a decent long time, and it is a lot brighter also than the Alox lume was, which is good. I do remember the Alox having a slightly dim lume. And yeah, things like, I guess, the crown protector, and it's a nice easy crown. The Alox had like a screw down crown, which you had to like twist first and then pop. This one you just pull back and then push in. There's like 2 or 3 stops for setting like the day, the date, and the hour, and just the general time. Very, very simple. It's like every watch you've ever used, but just made, fit, and finished very nicely. So really, I guess it's hard to review a watch. Well, I find it hard to review a watch because it is so taste driven. All I can say is that, I've had this watch for about 3 weeks now. It's running very well, and I've had no issues with it. Other Victorinoxes I've had no issues with them either over the years. All I needed was battery changes. It's a simple face. If that's what you like, then this might very well be the watch for you. This basically video was made because people ask, oh, hey, what's your new watch? And I guess this is my answer. This is my new watch, and I like it. Anyway, a little short video for you there. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.